Welcome to another episode of Dreaming About Travel Podcast.
I would love to go on a vacation.
Bringing you our perspective on travel news, featured places to visit and explore, traveling tips, and much, much more. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to travel along with us. So, where do you want to go? This is the Dreaming About Travel Podcast.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Dreaming About Travel Podcast. Again, this is Carl Duncan in beautiful Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and with Dream Vacations, Duncan Demarine Associates. And I'm joined today by two of our amazing travel advisors. I've got Charlotte Trodden all the way up in New Hampshire. Good morning, Charlotte.
Good morning.
And we've got Jennifer Casada also up in New Hampshire. Must be the New Hampshire day. Good morning, Jennifer.
Good morning.
And today we've got an amazing topic that we're going to talk about. I know a lot of people are interested in Disney hotels, but we're going to get to that in a second. But first, we're going to start with a couple news stories. So, Charlotte, what's your travel news this week?
So this one, I don't even know how I feel about it, but I was really intrigued when I saw it. Travel and Leisure just came out with a study that the rise in trips to Chernobyl has gone up almost 50%, and it's considered to be a hot destination now for tourists that feel like they've been everywhere else.
Is that hot like nuclear hot?
Like literally hot.
That's crazy.
That's just insane.
So yeah, you can only go with a licensed guide, and people that have been said that it's just crazy to see a town that was literally frozen in time, and you could see what people left in the streets as they ran out or on their windowsills, and nothing has changed.
Wow, that's just incredible. Jennifer, are you ready to go to that?
I'm not sure that's going to be my number one destination, but it's intriguing.
They claim that you only get as much radiation as an X-ray while you visit.
Claim being the operative word.
Claim.
So I don't need to go for x-rays anymore. I just go there.
Yeah.
Right. And you come back with a nice glow.
Very good.
Well, there you go.
It's better than a beach, you know?
Yeah, it's a nice glow. Jennifer,
Oh my
what's
goodness.
your news story this week?
Well, I'm going to go a completely different direction with my news story. So right now in Anaheim, California, the D23 Expo is going on, which means that tons and tons of Disney-related news is coming out over the next few days. And one thing that my clients have been asking me about is the Star Wars Hotel that they're building in Orlando, Florida. So we now know the name of this hotel. It's going to be called Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser. And they're claiming it's going to be basically a cruise on land. So you will be at the Star Wars Hotel, fully immersed in the Star Wars world, from costuming to story plot lines to food to everything. And it will be a 3-day, 2-night experience in the Star Wars Hotel.
What?
So
Forget
exactly.
The kids. I won't be able to get my husband to leave.
Yeah, well, we haven't seen the cost yet, so that's going to be something that we're going to have to look at. But what we're hearing, and we don't have the full news yet because they haven't announced even when it's opening, although it's being built, is that basically it's going to be like you're on a Star Wars cruiser the whole time. Looking out the windows, you will see either Star Wars land, or you will see sort of like the magic portholes they have on the Disney cruise ships, where you will see, you know, the Star Wars galaxy outside. Entertainment, everything, just like you're on a cruise ship, but you'll be on land. So that's my news.
Price too, because the rumors that I heard are that it's going to be like almost like an all-inclusive vacation.
Wow.
Right, which
really
is why
awesome.
we haven't heard the pricing yet.
I think no matter what the pricing, this is going to sell out.
Oh yeah, I'm going.
And if you break the rules,
going.
you get arrested by stormtroopers, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's something just like that.
Awesome. Well, my news for this week is actually the return of a popular cruise. It's the Turner Classic Movies Cruise. And interesting enough, it's going to be in 2020 that they're going to do it. It's a 6-night sailing. And you're not going to believe this, but it's going to be on the Disney Fantasy, actually. And
Really?
Yeah, they're taking over the whole ship, and it's going to feature movie screens. They're going to have some special guest appearances and a lot more. It'll actually depart from Port Canaveral on October 4th, 2020, and they're going to hit Cozumel, Grand Cayman, and Castaway Cay.
Fun.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so that'll be a fun cruise. I think a lot of people will be interested in see all those classic movies. So looking forward to it.
Are they going to have, I know sometimes when they do this, they try to have people that were involved with the movies on there. Do you know, are they going to have that?
Yeah, they haven't released all the guest list yet, but I know that one of the appearances is actually going to be by Alex Trebek from Jeopardy. And then,
That's funny.
yep, and then also noted film critic Leonard Maltin and actress Diane Ladd are supposed to be on that cruise.
Fun.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's gonna
That
be
sounds
fun.
amazing.
So, so great topics, guys. So I know a lot of people have been asking us about hotels for Disney, and so I thought it'd be great for you guys to kind of, because you're our Disney experts, to really kind of go through the different your favorite hotels for value, moderate, and deluxe, and maybe talk a little bit about staying on property versus off. So with that, Charlotte, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Oh, this is tough. It's like picking your favorite child. Changes, I think, almost every vacation.
Oh,
So,
it depends on what you're looking for.
First, and I think Jennifer can jump in and if she agrees or disagrees, but for my clients, I always recommend staying on property. It's, to me, it is like the true Disney vacation experience because you get to stay in what I call the Disney bubble. Staying on a resort on what we call staying on property, Disney picks you up right at the airport, and that's kind of when the magic starts because before you left for your trip, they mailed you these fun little yellow stickers that you put on your luggage, left your luggage at your airport, and you do not have to go to baggage claim and drag your luggage through the airport. You just get onto the Magical Express and you get whisked away to your hotel, and magically a few hours later, your luggage appears in your room. So to me, that is a huge start of the magic happening.
So you're saying I don't have to pick up my luggage at all? They take care of everything?
Literally, you do not go to baggage. You just go to your hotel and touch nothing. I tell clients to make sure they throw their swimsuits into their carry-ons so that they can hop right in the pool and start enjoying that as soon as they get there while they wait for their luggage to arrive.
And shorts, you're coming from New Hampshire in the winter?
Right. Exactly.
Because you're not wearing shorts at the airport in January?
You can shed your boots and coats and jump into your bathing suit. And that Magical Express, too, that's a big part of, a lot of people start to look at the cost of hotels that are not right on Disney property, and they might look a little more inexpensive at the front. But there's a lot of extra costs if you stay off property that you have to take into consideration, such as renting a car. Almost every hotel will charge you to pay for parking while you're at the hotel. You have to pay to park at the Disney parks if you stay off-site. And not only that, but you're just dealing with the stuff that you're trying to get away from on vacation. You have to drive through strip malls and traffic and late nights when everybody's tired. And to me, that is just not vacation fun.
I have to agree with all of that. And I have to say, especially, if you're going with your kids, especially if they're younger, I always tell my clients, go in the morning, go to lunchtime, and then go back to your hotel and spend some time in the pool and relaxing because that's when the parks are crazy busy. And then go back out later that evening for dinner or for fireworks. But if you're staying off property, it's so much harder to do that. It's because you have to get, just say you're going to the Magic Kingdom. You have to get back on the monorail or a boat, go back to the transportation center, get in your car, drive back to your hotel. Do all of that, park at the hotel, it's not relaxing anymore. That afternoon break has just become just more annoying than just staying in the park. Whereas if you're on property, you're already there. You can take the monorail, you can take a boat, you can take a bus, you can take, You can take the minivans if you really want something, private and just quicker. You can, and now you're going to take the Skyway. There's just so many ways to get to that afternoon break. It makes it so much easier on your family. You don't have to fight traffic. You don't have to get to the carport and get into your car. You don't have to do all of that stuff. You're there, and so much more flexible.
So right.
That's awesome.
I would agree.
Now traveling with teenagers, I've realized too that, my husband and I, if we're kind of done for the afternoon, but the boys still want to run around and do rides, we can say, fine, we'll walk back to the hotel or hop on the bus if we're taking the bus, and you guys stay for a few hours, and then you can hop on the monorail and meet us back at our hotel, because it's safe and it's an easy transportation, and we're not having to, go back and pick them up at the park because the transportation's right there for them.
Well, you guys have sold
Absolutely.
me. I definitely will make sure that I stay on site next time.
Yes. Stay in the bubble, Carl.
Yeah.
So tell me, I know you guys will probably fight over this because you have your own opinions on it, but what do you think is the best value hotel on site?
So value hotels are really good for families that will tell me that I don't want to spend any time in my hotel, and we're really a family that is going to do the park from open to close. I will say, heads up, that a lot of people that believe they're an open to close park family after being at Disney for a week realize the importance of what Jennifer said about taking that midday break to keep the enjoyment going. Because it's one thing to be an open to closer at your local amusement park or at Six Flags for a day, but it's very hard for people to keep that up day after day for a 6-7 day vacation.
Oh yeah, it's painful.
But for short stays, people that are looking to do Disney on more of a budget or just don't want to spend most of the money into their hotel, the values are a great deal. I tend to keep people away from All-Star hotels only because there are 3 All-Stars. There's All-Stars movies, music, and sports. And a lot of times, especially in slower seasons, they might have to share a shuttle bus, and that could take a while internally before they even head out to get to the resorts, and that can be frustrating. So my favorite is Pup Century. I love Pup Century because it's all by itself. It's got super fun, larger-than-life icons of things from the 50s, 60s, 70s that are really fun to look at. It's considered to have one of the best on-site quick service for a hotel, including their fun multicolored cheesecake for dessert. Mm-hmm. And I think the best thing that Pup Century now has is, and this is going to be part of my did you know at the end, but Pup Century now has gondola rides that will take you from Pup Century to Epcot or to Hollywood Studios. So it's a ride in the sky from your hotel to 2 parks, which is such a fun way to get there.
That just opened recently, right?
Very, yeah. Like
open yet.
It's been in soft opening. They've been testing it. So Pup Century has my vote.
Very cool.
All right. I'm going to say I love Pup Century also, but I'm going to go a little bit of a different way and say Art of Animation is probably my favorite. First of all, the theming is amazing. Especially if you have small children, I mean, it's just the pool is huge. It has all this cool, cartoonish stuff around it. And the thing that I like most about Art of Animation is that for my bigger families, 5 or 6 people, this is they have the family suite, so that you get about 565 square feet of room in those family suites, and you get 2 bathrooms, which is huge.
That is so big.
That is so big and so huge. And for a family, I've sent a family of 6 there, and having the 2 bathrooms when you have 2 adults and 4 kids is I can't even express how important that is. So
that is I just about that's a good point.
We love it. They also the family suites have theming. So they have Lion King suites, they have Cars suites, and they have Little Mermaid suites. And when I say they're themed, I mean they are decked out. So if you have kids who love the Little Mermaid and they want to stay in a room that looks like Ariel under the sea, this is the place to be. So they're a little bit more expensive than your standard value room, but not as expensive if you're trying to get a suite or something in one of your deluxe resorts, which are much more pricey. So also Skyline there too. The Pop and Art Animation are both right across the bridge from each other. Can use the Skyway there, so that's going to be a huge benefit also. So I'm going to go with Art of Animation for my value choice.
Awesome. Some great suggestions there, guys. Thank you so much. Now, I know with Disney, there's a couple different levels. So there's also the moderate level resort. So what do you guys think about the moderate resorts?
I love the moderate resorts, especially moderate resorts to me are just such a nice step up from the values. They tend to be set away from the parks. They have lots of places to walk around. They're nice and quiet. The thing you'll notice when you step up to moderate is the pools all have a slide, which the kids love. There are multiple pools, so most of the moderate resorts will have at least 7 pools on property. One thing about moderates is they are fairly spread out, so which personally as a family we love. My husband and I love to get up in the morning and get our coffee and walk around. Some people don't like the moderates because it's not a true hotel. Little buildings are spread all throughout the property. To me, that's what I love. Moderates are tough. What would my favorite be? I think my favorite is Port Orleans Riverside.
I knew you were going to go with that one.
I know.
You love that one.
I love that one. Part of it, I think, is nostalgia. It was the very first one we stayed at as a family, and there was something about, we walked into the lobby and we checked in. It was kind of like your normal hotel lobby, and then we walked into the back of the lobby, and all of a sudden you're just sort of outside overlooking the Sassagoula River, and there's just beautiful walkways and trees, and you just feel like you were taken away into old Louisiana. To me, when you walk into Riverside, you really feel like you're in a different world, and you wouldn't even know you were at Disney when you're there. It just sort of is peaceful and quiet, and they have boats going up and down the river that will take you to Disney Springs. And there's 2 sections to Riverside. There's the Bayou. The Bayou is where you will stay if you would like to have a family of 5, which is nice because not every resort has that option to hold a family of 5. And then there's the mansion section, which look like the big white mansions you would see in Louisiana.
With
and the
princess
mansion
rooms.
section, yes, can't forget those. Mansion section is the royal rooms. So if you want, you can have fireworks on the end of your bed at night, and it's themed after the Princess and the Frog. And people love the royal rooms. You can also walk from there to another one of my favorite resorts, which is another part of Port Orleans, French Quarter. So
I'm taking that one, so don't talk about that one.
All right, I'll say nothing. But I would say that number 2 on my list would have been Coronado Springs. That was a really close second for me. Very close. But I love the moderates for families that are looking to spend a lot of time for that midday break that Jennifer suggested, but not quite wanting to spend the money of a deluxe. I think moderates are truly the sweet spot for a family vacation.
Gotcha.
I have to agree with you. I love the moderates. When I was a kid, we always stayed at Caribbean Beach, which has now been almost completely kind of redone. And that's a great place to stay, and they have a new food court and everything there. But and all the moderates tend to have sit-down restaurants too, which is another kind of step up from the value resorts. But I'm going to go with my number 1, which you mentioned, and I had to interject there, so you want to talk about my number 1, which is French Quarter. So right next to Riverside is Port Orleans French Quarter. Now this is just amazing. It's an amazing resort. First of all, it's like you're actually in the French Quarter. The food there, oh my gosh, you get your beignets and all your food there. It's just amazing. They have a new splash pad they just opened there, so my families with smaller kids that are looking for a place where they can really kind of just let the kids run around, not in the pool. The splash pad there is it's just phenomenal. It has like alligators spitting water at them, and it's great. And the other thing I love about French Quarter is you're talking about how spread out the moderates are. And your Caribbean Beach, your Coronado Springs, your Riverside, super big, super spread out. French Quarter, so much smaller, easy to walk around.
Yes.
Paths are lit up beautifully at night. Again, you can take the boat down to Disney Springs. You could walk up to Riverside if you want to explore what they have. So you kind of get the benefit of 2 hotels in one. It's an amazing place, and I love it. So that's going to be my moderate choice. Will be French Quarter.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's a good point. That is one I would recommend for small. I tend to recommend for small people or elderly people that don't want to walk a lot because of the footprint Jennifer mentioned. Very easy to get around.
Yeah, it's flat, very easy. It's great.
Yeah, and accessible travel is huge, so it's good that you're mentioning that as well. All right, so our next category, I believe, is deluxe. So what do you guys think about deluxe?
I don't know.
Okay. Now we can really fight about it because I got a lot of stuff.
This one's so hard. All right, I'm going to.
What are you going with?
I am going with the Yacht and Beach Club, and I'm taking them both.
Oh, I could have guessed all of yours.
It's like this. I think deluxe is probably the hardest one to pick a favorite.
They all have their benefit. They're all amazing.
They are all amazing, and they're all super themed, and they all have just really great options. So when you move up to deluxe, one of the big things you'll notice is that almost every deluxe room has a balcony, which is really nice to sit on. The deluxe hotels too are more like a true hotel, and by that we mean when you open up your door, you're on the inside of a lobby, as opposed to the moderates. When you open up, you're opening up mostly to the outside of the resort. So that's a big difference that we like to point out to our clients because some people really want the hotel feel. Deluxe too tend to have a lot more transportation options. So you're either walkable into a park or two, or you can take the monorail over. The only one that is not like that is the Animal Kingdom Lodge. But that has its own awesomeness that I won't talk about just in case somebody else picks it.
What a good idea.
Just guessing. So yeah, I waffle. For families that have really small children and know they're only spending their time at the Magic Kingdom, I typically recommend the Polynesian or the Grand Floridian because of its closeness, but my heart belongs to the Yacht and Beach Club. So Yacht and Beach Club is right behind Epcot. You can literally walk into the World Showcase of Epcot right from this hotel. And it is a quick little boat ride over to Hollywood Studios. What I love about the Yacht and Beach Club is that it's on a lake, which is across from Boardwalk. So at night, there is a ton of stuff to do. There are magicians putting on shows. There's fun music. There's carnivals happening, like just a lot of outdoor entertainment. The Yacht and Beach Club has the largest pool on Disney property. It's a couple acres large, and it's completely sand bottom. So it has beach sand bottom. There's a lazy river in it. There's a whirlpool. There's a pirate slide. And then for the young kids, off to one side of this large pool is almost like a beach, literally a beach. So it's really shallow water. There's shovels and pails for the kids to play with. And you could spend an entire day at the Beach Club pool, which is great. And it's one of the reasons too, Beach Club and Yacht Club, they share the pool. So you have to have your magic band to get into the pool because it's such a popular pool. People that were not staying at the hotel were trying to come in from Epcot way too often to use it. So they want to make it exclusive to the guests that stay at that resort. And they make sure you have to use your magic band to get in and out of the pool.
Well,
so for that reason, yeah, the Beach Club is it's truly amazing. We love it.
Well, and Charlotte, since it's so close to Epcot, like you mentioned, I'm assuming that means you got great access to the food and wine festival each year too then.
Yes, it's exactly right. So we always get the park hopper. We don't always get a park hopper, but if we're staying at the beach club, we do, because we'll pop in for dinner or drinks or food and wine festival, like you said. And it's just really easy. It's just 4-minute walk and you're right back to your hotel. So yeah, and beach club, definitely our family's favorite.
Awesome. Jennifer, what's yours?
Oh, and hold on, I forgot. And if you're going with adults only, you can get over to Jelly Rolls, which is a dueling piano bar. That is maybe the most fun you'll have at Disney with
That
adults.
sounds like an amazing time.
Now I'm done.
Now you're done. All right. So we tend to split our time between two hotels that we love. One is Boardwalk, which is actually very close to Yacht and Beach Club. And for all the same reasons, the closeness to Epcot, closeness to Hollywood Studio. At night on the Boardwalk, there's always people doing acts and like juggling and like all kinds of crazy stuff. So we love Boardwalk also. But for the purposes of this one, my favorite is going to be Animal Kingdom Lodge. It's a little bit different than it's actually completely different than your other deluxe resorts. Let me just put that out there. It is not close to anything except for the Animal Kingdom Park, and you still have to take a bus. It takes literally 2 minutes, but you still have to take a bus to get there because Animal Kingdom Lodge is directly on the savannah, I guess you could say. You look out your window and you sit on your balcony and you see giraffes and you see zebras. And you see ostriches, and you see other random giant cows with big horns that I don't know the names of, even though if you go out and ask the wildlife experts there, they have told me many, many times. And you see the okapi, which is fun to say. We were just there in June, and we stayed there, and we saw a baby zebra from the balcony. We could watch the baby zebra play. I mean, there is nothing like waking up in the morning, having your coffee on the balcony, and watching the animals. And then coming back later in the afternoon, which is when the giraffes tend to come out, and watching them just walk around. It's just an amazing thing. So Animal Kingdom Lodge has an amazing pool, 0 entry, so smaller kids can walk right in. It has a whole outdoor area where they have wildlife experts that you can actually go out and talk to, and they will tell you about what you're seeing. And you can actually talk about the different animals, and they'll tell you all about them, where they came from, how they take care of them. So it's great that way. At night, they have night vision goggles, so you can go out and look at the animals that are out there that way. And just a fun fact that I learned when I was there in June is that they do not, even though they have barns for all of their animals and things like that, they will call their animals to come back in at night. But if the animals choose not to, they are not forced to. So if animals want to stay out all night, which a lot of them do, especially during the summer, there's tons of animals out there at night that you can go take a look at. So they also have in the lobby, they will have experts from Africa talking about with doing some activities with kids. They did drums when we were there, which was loud but interesting, and really just talking about where they came from and their culture and what they do there. Also, last, I'll stop talking after this, fast food, I think, that you can probably find anywhere is at Animal Kingdom.
For there.
Boma, Jico, Sana, there's nothing better than those 3 places.
So good.
So it's a little bit further away from things. You're much more immersed in the kind of the African theming and that kind of thing. Is a little bit different from your traditional Disney resorts, but I mean, it's just
like
an amazing place.
Vacation within a vacation. Like you're getting.
It's really like we just go and stay there for a couple days and don't even go to the parks for very long. Like we might go over for a couple hours in the morning, and then we just spend the rest of the day at the hotel because there's so much to do. It's so amazing, and just watching I mean, how can you beat watching a baby zebra walk around? Like there's nothing better.
Why would you want to leave? Why would you ever want to leave there?
Well, it sounds
exactly.
It kind of sounds like you're doing a safari vacation, but without leaving the United States, so.
Pretty much.
Yes, and you can do a safari from there. They offer different safaris. They have one that's about 3 hours during the day where you actually go out and walk around and you go climb. It's crazy. You go out in this open air vehicle, you go through the savannas, you climb over rickety bridges, you have a special meal. They offer those things. And one thing I have not done yet that I cannot wait to do is they offer nighttime safaris now. The animals are not forced to go in at night, so you can go out at night, see them in a completely different way. So those things are also offered that you can get right from there. So it's amazing.
Awesome. Some great suggestions. Thank you both. I mean, I'm sure our listeners are going to really, love the information that you provide on these different types of resorts and getting your favorites. And hopefully we provide some great guidance for our Disney fans out there. So next up, as we always do, we love to give a few did you know facts or travel tips. And so I thought we'd go through a couple of those. So Charlotte, we'll start with you.
Go ahead, Jennifer. I literally
you want me to go?
My head, so go ahead.
Okay. Mine is for people whose passports have expired and they need them like pronto. You thought your passport was good to go. You looked at it, you realized it's expired. What am I going to do? My trip's in a few weeks or whatever. FedEx now has Rush My Passport expedited passport services. So if your passport's expired and you need it super, super fast, go to your local FedEx office, ask them what to do. They will help you with everything and get that done super quick. So that's my tip of the week is use your FedEx office if you need a passport quickly.
Awesome.
That's fantastic.
Do you think you used that?
I remembered mine.
Okay.
Probably way less helpful. Mine was Disney related. So as Carl mentioned, Food and Wine Festival is going to start soon at Epcot, which is an amazing trip if you're ever looking to go explore some exciting foods from around the world and wine. So I have a lot of people heading out there now on the dining plan, and a lot of people don't know that when you're on the dining plan, you can use your snack credits at all of the kiosks for the Food and Wine Festival to try out their samplings from around the world, which is a great use of a snack credit.
That's a great idea. I didn't know that. Fantastic. And so my did you know tip is actually around cruise ships. And so a recent news article made me actually think of this one for everybody was because there was a brawl recently on a cruise ship. People decided they didn't.
This seems to be happening everywhere.
Yeah,
a brawl on a cruise ship.
Hey, you get a little liquored up, and things happen. But so one of the little known facts is that many of the cruise ships, almost every one of them, has a little jail cell kind of set up on there, so that they so they can actually lock you up, or they actually also can restrict you to your room, so they can lock up your room, making sure that you don't leave or post a guard outside of it. So
can you imagine that's how your vacation ends?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my goodness.
Our tip for all of you is just take a breath.
Exactly. It's a vacation. Have fun. So
oh my goodness.
Yeah, hopefully we don't see anybody in those, but just be aware that those do exist.
I did not know.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Well, hey guys, thank you for joining me today. Some great information, and for all of our listeners, we appreciate you taking the time to listen to us, and don't forget to subscribe. We're available on Spotify. We're on iTunes. We're on Google Podcasts. So make sure wherever you're listening to podcasts to go ahead and subscribe to us and keep up to date on what's going on travel. So have a great day, everyone.
All right. Talk to you guys soon.
Bye.